Buenas tardes, mi gente, and welcome back to another episode of Vino y la Verdad, hosted by the ladies of Wine and Wisdom 5. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hey,
Hello. How are
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everything? How was your day?
Pretty hectic, but
Good.
good.
I'm liking the, I'm
loving the
like I'm
curly
liking the
hair.
volume. Yes.
Yes,
My poofiness?
I love it.
It's only successful on shitty weather days.
Well, it looks
Because
great.
the humidity makes it bounce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the humidity, yeah. And aside from the fact that there's 15 pounds of everything in it, but you know, it worked for today. I was like, I had my last gymnastics tumbling class today. And so I was
Wow.
like, with this humidity and these kids, I'm not. So I dumbed it down and this is the best I got. And but I'm shocked because I straighten my hair out a lot. So
You know,
it worked.
It looks good. I like
So
it.
thank you, Garnier. And, for the little bit of curl I got on one side than the other, but that's another.
And
So,
Jesse, you look like you just did your curls. They're nice
I
and fresh.
know.
Me bañé.
Ay, qué rico.
Yeah.
Y no es sábado.
On a Thursday. I know.
Wow. It must
So
be summer.
proud.
Oh my God.
So proud. So proud.
Well,
No,
like
but they look good.
Francis, my hair does not look great when it's humid and nasty out. So I do a lot of washing on those weeks.
Yeah.
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 But you
Yeah.
normally don't.
I wash once a week, but
Okay.
if it's a nasty weather, I'll do twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your hair looks like that now because you just recently maybe came out of the shower.
Recently did it.
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because usually you're like poof.
Yeah. It's wet.
But even though
once
it's
it dries
wet,
up, it gets all nice and puffy.
It still looks good.
Yeah.
Bitch.
I love it.
But anyway.
It always looks amazing, her hair.
Don't hate.
I don't.
But anyway, we could talk about our hairs all day because we have hair challenges, but we have some spilling the wine we want to talk about, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, one is a little sad. Your idol, your favorite, Madonna. Yeah. She's under the weather. She was in the hospital, right?
Yeah, man. On Saturday in her home in New York City, she was found what do you call it? Unresponsive. And she was rushed into the hospital and she's been there ever since. According to sources, she is recovering, but she even got intubated. That's how bad it was.
Oh, wow.
And it's a bacterial infection.
That must have one hell of a bacterial infection.
Yeah, man. So prayers up to her.
How old is Madonna now?
She's in her 60s. I believe 66, 65.
She's 64. She's 64.
Oh, there you go. I know how to be around there.
She's really good though.
Yeah.
And doesn't she have like a 12-year-old boyfriend?
Listen, I'm not hating on that. I just watched a show on Netflix called Perfect Fine, if y'all interested in watching. And she was with a younger man, and I think I don't know, y'all. Like
I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. I think that's yes, Gloria. I loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah,
it was really good.
Funny. I haven't seen it. I gotta tune in.
It's funny. I saw it
my point is
Sunday night. I think it was that I saw it.
Yeah, same. I think my point in bringing that up is because I really do feel when you date younger, they kind of like bring out the youth in you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm rethinking.
I feel you. I was having this conversation actually recently that I'm like, I don't know if I can date a 50-plus-year-old man if he doesn't match my energy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
We don't have that older mentality. We still have a very young mentality, all of us.
Yeah, we have a lot of energy.
It's not that we're immature, in the sense that we're just youthful.
Yeah.
Right.
We are still full of life. We still like to have fun. We still like to do fun things.
Yeah.
Estamos en choncha, like I like to call it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. No, I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to
Right.
hang out at the house. I
Like,
want to
listen, no, don't get me wrong. Cuddling up and watching a good movie is a good thing once in a blue moon,
overrated.
but
Right,
not every
but
day.
I can't
Not
do
every
that
day.
shit every
Can't
day,
do it.
nor do I want to spend my weekends like that though.
No.
No, I
You
don't
know,
either.
there's so many
I
beautiful
don't.
things we can go. There's so many different parks in New York and so many different free shit. There's a salsa party every night in the city
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I just feel like I don't know. I like to be youthful, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be dragged down with, you know, I want to create experiences. You
right,
know,
right.
that's it.
Yeah.
But
You know,
anyway,
the part of that same conversation that we were having, is that there's also a difference of women that are our ages trying to look youthful, right? Like when they're still dressing, you know, with the mini skirts, like the poofy ones, or, you know, trying to look youthful, but they represent their age, right?
yeah.
In the essence, we're blessed because we don't look our age. We
Right.
just don't, right?
Right.
But
Mhm.
we, even though we still shop at Forever 21, we still go for things that are kind of like youthful, but not something that you're like, why is she wearing something an 18-year-old
Right.
would wear?
I
Does
will
that
never
make
try to
sense?
dress like Jessica's daughters.
No,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We
First of all,
still dress spunky and sexy, I
Yes.
feel, but we're not trying to be 20-year-olds.
First of
Right.
all, I cannot dress like my daughters because I don't have their bodies anymore. Had I had their bodies, we'll be matching.
Because I feel also, like you're saying, Francis, I feel some women our age are like in competition with their daughters.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
Yes.
Act your age.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
again, like
I
we always
agree.
say, it's not that you cannot wear things if they look appropriate on you or right
Right.
on you for your body type,
Right.
but you need to also know your place.
Right.
Again, you're not in competition with your daughter or your niece. You should look sassy, sexy, classy for your age.
100%.
Right.
100%.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I think your outfit matches your attitude, right?
Right.
And your youth,
Always.
because if you're wearing, you know, something very young, and then you're like miserable in life, I feel it just doesn't
No,
match.
Yeah.
I don't
it
know.
doesn't. It just
I don't
doesn't.
know. But it's
Yeah.
just, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to start,
Listen,
you know.
go Madonna with the youngies.
That's right.
Cheers to Madonna.
Cheers to Madonna. God bless her. Hopefully she gets out of there fine and soon.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So we have another one.
Yes.
What's the other one?
So Amazing Fabulous, guy that we all love, Ryan Seacrest, is now going to be the new host of Wheel of Fortune in 2024 because Pat resigned. Can you imagine?
Really?
So he's done American Idol. He's done every show you can think of as a host.
Yeah.
He drops the ball on New Year's Eve. You know, he's really, I don't know what this guy hasn't done.
That makes sense because he left the
Kelly and
Ryan show.
and now it's Kelly and Mark, which is
Yeah.
also cute. But yeah, that's what it just was announced. So
Wow.
cheers to him.
Crazy.
Congrats to him. He's
Yeah.
just making that money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Always.
sorry, he's very good looking.
Yeah, he is.
Mhm.
And he's in his 40s.
He's a sweetie.
He just looks a little short.
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta figure that out.
Mhm.
I don't know. But also there was a fashion show, right? With Bad Bunny and Karol G.
Well, no, Bad Bunny wasn't there.
Okay, so I got the
So
gossip mixed up.
the famous designer Jacquemus from Paris
Uh-huh.
did a desfile de moda, and guess who were there? Karol G and Rauw Alejandro. That's right. Latinos were up on top, ladies. Don't sleep on us. We're everywhere. So he is who dressed Bad Bunny
Uh-huh.
for the Met Gala here in New York. That they had the amazing matching outfit. Bad Bunny was in white with the back out, and he was in black with the back out. That's
Right.
him. He's gorgeous. He's fabulous. He's amazing. He's an amazing designer. So I was just so excited to see that, you know, us Latinos just keep moving on up, you know?
We have
I
to.
feel like Bad Bunny opened that door for the Latinos with him, and it's just like, you know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
we have
also
to because-
dressed Beyonce and the Kardashian, of course. But yeah, I'm just so excited for us Latinos to be making all these headlines and amazing.
Well, you know, we got to continue breaking these barriers, because that's basically what the topic of our conversation is today. The lack of representation Latinos have in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Right. And if we don't make ourselves present, we can't open the doors for other Latinos, you know, in every aspect of the industry. So, you know, cheers to them for being like, you know what, we're present and we're here.
And check out the designer if you guys haven't seen him. He does amazing work.
Yeah, I actually was checking him out. He actually has his own clothing line, handbags, shoes,
clothing, shoes, bags. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's amazing.
I wonder if, you know, I'm sure he was already out in the industry, right? Because Bad Bunny.
Yes. Like I said, he's dressed Beyonce. He's dressed, you know, other artists.
But I wonder if it just
shouting him out for dressing Latinos
made him more popular, being that Bad Bunny had such a, you know, high turnout last year with his concert, and then he dressed him for the Met Gala. I wonder if that just kind of like,
because they went together to the Met Gala.
Right.
Yeah. Which was
interesting. But we're going to talk more about that, and talk more about the lack of Latinos and Latinas in the entertainment industry in our Pero Porque Why segment. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to our Pero Porque Why segment, and I am so excited. I'm so excited because this is a love at first sight moment for me with this person. She's amazing. She's an actress. She's a producer. She's a comedian. She is my Curly Sue. Welcome to our show and honoring us with your presence, Melissa Duprey.
Hola.
Hola.
Truly, and we have so many mutual friends. We have a lot of mutual friends. We have Justina, we have Lyric, we have a whole bunch of folks in the same community. Being from Chicago, I'm a Chicago Boricua, and this like in community, we're two wings of the same bird.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's true. How we met through one event, but then as we got to talk and see over social media, we actually know a lot of the same people.
Yes, a lot of the same people. And it's just so beautiful that when you're in those kind of overlapping communities, when somebody speaks highly of you, then you know even more to lean into that relationship. You know, you can trust a little bit more when other people you love you. That's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that is a beautiful thing. And I'm not lying. It was love at first sight, because we were talking like we had known each other, and I was like, what? She was like, what? And it was great. So
it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
It was definitely a vibe. So definitely, I'm so excited to have you here. And
thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. We actually want to have that conversation today with you. So our topic of conversation today is the lack of Latino and Latina representation in the entertainment industry. You know, we were reading up on it, and collectively, we only make up about a little bit over 5% in the entertainment industry, from lead actors, ensemble actors, writers, producers, directors. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that, first of all, that percentage has risen 3% in just the last 5 years. So the growth around those numbers has been exponential in just 1 year, but it's still at a snail's pace because we're still over the amount of working actors in the industry, period. We're still around the 1% of booking actors. So there are still countless numbers of Latina identified people, not including, but not limited to, like the trans and LGBTQ community. So even within the margins, I'm continuously like reminding folks who love to spout stats, like John Leguizamo's constantly spouting statistics, but also forgetting the most marginalized people within that. So even within that number, we also have to look at how many of them are femme, how many of them are queer, how many of them are able or non-able bodied, how many of them fall into all of the multiple subcategories of marginalization and lack of representation. So when we truly have that conversation, we sparse out that we have so much more to go and so many roles to fill within the human experience that covers our diaspora. Not to mention Black people.
Yeah.
You just gave, like, you know, this blanket of, you know, of an explanation that actually brought more of an awareness to me right this moment, right? Because I was reading into it and I was like, wow, I'd never really realized how small of a percentage, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we grow up watching telenovelas and things of that nature, as opposed to really seeing Latinos in mainstream.
Yeah,
So-
and we have to continue to have the conversation that as if that number is small, but it's even smaller when you think about it. And then I speak specifically from a Black Latina experience, where it's more common for me to be included in Black numbers than it is to be included in Latina communities in Hollywood. So when things start to come out of in works that I do, you'll see that they're predominantly Black spaces. And so I think that, you know, those statistics don't often include people with intersectional identities, because what happens with the Afro-Latino conversation is Latinos want to incorporate Black folks to gain those numbers, to raise those statistics. But at the same time, we are in a bigger disparity for Black representation within our own diaspora, that we have to move outside of our communities in order to get jobs. So it's important to understand that, you know, statistics don't account for all of the breadth of our diaspora and representation. That's why representation is something you constantly have to push for. Yeah. And on top of it, it cannot box you in. And so while we're saying we need more Latina representation, it can't all be within the same experience, because not all Latinidad falls within the same experience. So we have to be even more specific with our identity, and it comes down to the microcosms within our worlds, right? It's like the Black Cuban experience is not the same as a Peruvian experience from the mountain.
Yes.
Vastly different, completely different ethnographies, completely different histories. And so when we think about, are we making films about being in the mountains in Peru? Probably not. Probably not. So like, but we do have a lot of Caribbean representation in Bad Boys 3, you know, like, you know, so just even the idea and thought of what is representation, we have to continue to sparse out and say, we can't be umbrellaed into these numbers. We have to really be specific in the global and diasporic experience.
Wow, that's that. Cheers to you.
Wow.
Cheers.
Yeah,
breaking it down like that.
Baby, can you get some beer?
I don't have mine either. It's okay.
Yeah, as this is wine and wisdom.
That's right. You gotta have some wine.
I have a wonderful little apartment, Flaco Nava.
Melissa, I have a question for you while you are gonna get your wine. So you just spit some knowledge right there, right?
A lot.
But how has this journey been for you? It just personally of trying to get in the industry in the first place, where you are now. How has that experience been for you?
It's been one of revolution. Thank you, Melissa. Salud. It's been one of revolution, because I think, as I was speaking before, there weren't a lot of opportunities for someone like me who had multiple intersections, or at least represented in a particular way, right? All of my work has come from me having to create my own platform, because I wasn't going to wait for work to get to me. I needed to create spaces where my voice and my narratives and my experiences were validated by my own autonomy, right? I have stories to tell, and I think everyone does. And I was not given any platform. I had to self-produce my own work. So in doing that, I spent 10 years creating solo work, because that's how I saw other people do it for themselves. Right. So I was really pushing to create my own voice, and that led me to book more work theatrically, and then working with my agency, working with my representation, who I also had a hard time getting on the same page with, right? Like, a lot of these agencies are completely white. I have to say my agency is completely white, and I came in, hi puppies, hi my love.
Hi puppy.
Puppies.
Hi.
Hi honey. Oh my God, good sweet baby. Yeah.
I'm watching you now.
Hi babes. So I had to build a lot of my own voice, and it happened to be through the vein of comedy. So while I'm doing that, you know, a lot of people don't recognize that I have like 8 years of Shakespeare training and I'm a dramatic actress, because what I'm doing is a little steering outside of a conventional theatrical acting road that I can't take because I'm not afforded that same privilege. So I had to carve a lot of my own routes. So when people ask me like, what's my path? And they ask me, what advice do you give? I'm like, there is no formula. I couldn't follow a conventional path. A lot of people might not be able to follow a conventional path. So, you know, first I had to create my own path. And then second, I have to be unapologetically me in those spaces, because I have found that the only way that I actually am booking some of these roles is that I'm being the most authentic person in the room.
Right.
And that authenticity is really hard to negate when it's coming from a real place. And that's how I booked roles that were just single line and date players to recurring characters. And that has shown me that I need to trust myself.
That's a lesson.
Girl.
That's a lesson.
Anna, you're making my hair stand. You're so empowering.
Do you see why I fell in love now? Because it was there.
So I want to ask.
The proof is there. Like those are my experiences, and I was like, well, I guess I can't follow nobody else's advice. I'm sorry,
but we're so blessed to have the internet and these platforms to be able to give yourself that authenticity here, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's still hard, but
It's so hard.
I know.
Gloria, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you went from teatro to community organizations to acting to stand-up comedy to like, coño, you're amazing. What have you loved the most?
So cute.
And when did you start?
Well, I started, I'm always going to say I'm a teatrista. And teatrista for me comes from the idea of performed narrative. And it's not always a straight play, right? Sometimes it's, you know, playing drums and telling a story. Sometimes it's making music about getting waxed, you know, like I come from a background of devising work based off of autobiographic and ethnographic experience. And I would always consider myself a teatrista, a theater maker. But now I'm noticing like all of the things involved are performed narrative. No matter what we do, we have a story to tell, and we have to choose the vehicle in which we do it in. And that could be almost anything, you know, that could be sewing, it could be tap, it could be poetry, it could be hip hop, it could be a great many things, as long as your story is channeled through a vessel of art. So I really do enjoy that process and that creative making. I think the thing I least enjoy is TV and film, because it's so limiting and
it's like they put you in a box, right?
Yeah. It's rigid, but that paycheck is so beautiful. that paycheck is like, I can do put me on the mark. Be on the mark. Tell me more. Tell me anything. But yeah, I really do enjoy performed narrative. I teach. I'll be in Virginia next week. Actually, I'll be taking on my first role as a professor in the Master of Fine Arts program at Randolph College.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I love teaching. I love teaching, and I do believe that the idea of teaching should not be limited to institutions. I'm a strong believer of the community. I love sharing the knowledge that I got, because I did not go into a higher level. I got a bachelor's, which out here in these worlds are like, that's a diploma.
Yeah. Ain't that a fact?
That's a diploma, but in all honesty, I have a master's in experience.
There you go.
And
you
I
can't
think
get that in the books. You can't get that taught at any industry, you know, place.
Nowhere.
No, there are no academics or scholars that I talk to that actually know how to commodify their art as a business. And you learn that in the street.
Right.
So,
Well, Melissa,
100%.
You need a PhD in these streets as much as you need on paper.
Oh, hell.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really also want to find those intersections, right? Is like breaking the gap in information and access to it that you would find in institutions, and really share that. So I do often teach. And so I think that that's, Gloria, to answer the second part of your question, is what I love the most. I do love holding space for teaching.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Cheers to
So
you.
Melissa,
Yeah.
out of all the roles that you played, which has been your favorite, which has stayed dear to your heart, and what's next for you? Are you planning, aside from the teaching, what's going on? What's next? Tell us.
Well, I think I'm actually really excited about the project that I just shot in Canada that I was telling Frances about. Man, I'm really excited for y'all to see it.
I can't wait for that.
It's called How to Die Alone, and it stars and is a show run by Natasha Rothwell from White Lotus, from Insecure. She wrote on Insecure, which some of the best moments come from her work, from her brain. She's incredible. And with her help and with her stewardship, we cast one of the most diverse, funniest works that Hulu will be graced to have at some point this year. The strikes have really put a wrench in the programming and the schedules, so we'll see a little lag in some of the new work and the deals that have been suspended. When they resume, some of them will resume and some of them will have fallen off completely, which is so unfortunate, because a lot of these networks have taken the initiatives to center Black and brown works. So, you have smaller production houses like Onyx, who have partnered with Hulu, who have partnered under the realm of ABC Disney to make these things happen. And the role that I play is Tamika. She becomes one of the good friends of Natasha Rothwell's character, Melissa. So that was fun, because they were like, Melissa, I'm like,
ironic.
Like, no, you're
The real one, or the real one.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, what I love most is like kind of like Empire, where I got to develop a voice and the writers wrote for me on that. Tamika spoke very clearly to me as an authentic character. They were very intentional about her being Black and Latina. They were very intentional about her wardrobe, about her energy. And the more I was on set, the more the writers were like giving me some autonomy to double check my lines and say, like, how would you say this? What feels more authentic? They were letting me just roll, some on a particular bit, where I'm buttoning the scene. They were like, let's just roll it, Melissa, do whatever. And I'm like, and Natasha was a big advocate. Natasha really knew who was in the room and what this kind of opportunity would do for people like us. We have a couple of comedians that are on that show, who she was just like, this is your space. I share this with you. And what a really beautiful way to be. She's so gracious and so generous with her resources that she fought for decades to get, and she shared them with us. And I'm so indebted to the opportunity. And I just really can't wait for that show to come out. I'm in 5 out of the 8 episodes.
Wow. That is
amazing.
That's
yes.
amazing.
I'm so excited.
That's the beauty. I'm sorry, friend, of like,
Okay.
we have what they don't have. Like, so when
they need us.
They need you. Like, how you make it authentic, because they can't do it. So it's just like, when they give you that opportunity, like, that's where magic happens.
We have a queer Asian, South Asian woman. We have a Sikh representation there. We have a mixed race representation. We have Black representation, white representation. Everything you could find at JFK Airport is in the show.
I love that.
It's there. And that's why it's the most authentic, because it's placed in a real place. And I think that's how we also get more representation, is if we take more realism. What our world looks like is what we should be seeing on screen.
Definitely.
Yeah. You say that when Claudia said, they can't be us, right? In the sense that, how, and I might be chopping this up because you know how there was that whole controversy on how they would hire actors from like England or English actors to represent American actors, and then they were like, you know, saying that it's taken away from American actors and whatever the whole controversy
You're gonna
was,
get me in trouble.
Sorry.
We're gonna have an Idris Elba conversation right now.
Right. So they can't take, and I'm not trying to be, you know, racial or, you know, stir the pot, which is too late. I already put my foot in my mouth. I realized it right now. You can't take a white person to represent a Puerto Rican or a Latino on screen.
Not anymore. They got away with it for 100 years.
Yes.
But I can speak to a little bit of that, because there are still a lot of actors of a previous generation who are just unsettled with the idea that actors can no longer play anything.
Right.
And that's because and there are actors with that exact experience who should play their experience.
Yes.
Like, you used to be in a world where you had to go method in a community to find out what being a trans drug addict would be, you know, but like there's also trans people
not drug addicts,
right? There are trans people that can take the role and give them that opportunity to dive deep into that narrative and that experience.
Right.
Like you no longer have to take the place of somebody else's existence when they exist.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
So true.
To speak a little bit to, I have my own opinion about Blackness, right? Global Blackness. I think that there's a shared experience around being Black. However, this country is literally built off of the foundation of racism.
Yeah.
So I think that
true.
while you don't have to be American to experience racism, if you're speaking to an American history of racism, it goes for the same. Like, let the person with the autonomy and who has direct and disproportionate effect of racism play that experience to actually give them the autonomy of that narrative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
So I believe that that Black people experience racism on global levels, but for something like British Black actors playing slaves or enslaved Africans, I think that the person with the closest proximity should be the person that is given the opportunity. They're all great actors. We're not talking about like, networks.
Yeah.
What you're asking a network to do is bank on a name. And banking on a name is not the same as banking on someone's talent. I think any good actor can rise to the occasion. But if we're looking into the lens of authenticity and at least like representation, I think that's the closest, that's what I would put my money in. That's what I would bank in. Like someone who's still directly affected by systemic racism in the United States.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like most of those actors are highly privileged. They don't, but like they suffer from a disparity in other realms.
Right.
But
yeah.
I would still cast Lupita Nyong'o, you know what I mean? But
yeah. It's funny because I took the time knowing that you were gonna come on the show. I was like, I know how you are, so I was like trying to educate myself as much as possible, but I watched, the Flaming Hot movie.
Yeah.
Right. And then I watched last night Righteous Thieves. Mm-hmm. 2 Latino based movies, right? Of course,
yes.
Flaming Hot has gotten a lot more popularity and a lot more exposure. But it's, directed by Eva Longoria. Right.
Yes.
Right. And then Lisa Vidal and our 2 people that we know, Sasha Mercy and Jaina. I can never say her name right because I still call her by her previous name. We're in the movie.
She's like, I call her by her hood name, and there's nothing.
Bias, right? Because Sasha's in the movie.
Jaina.
And she's in the movie, and so I was like, I'm watching it. And but I was excited to say that I had 2 opportunities to watch 2 movies that were fully casted with Latinos.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I was trying to think. I'm like, well, what other 2 movies can I say that have been fully casted? And off the top of my head, already thinking about it, I can't. Within the last couple of years, right? I can't really put my finger at it or think about it. And so it kind of like warmed my heart to say that even though the percentage that we represent in the entertainment industry, it's small, but within this year, there's been 2 movies that have been released, right? So we're opening.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not counting animations and we're not counting like In the Heights, and we're not counting.
Oh yeah, In the Heights. Yeah, that's another one. I actually forgot about that one. So In the Heights.
Lin-Manuel don't count. West Side Story. So like
West Side Story.
Yeah, so they're and I think we can include Encanto and Coco and all
yes,
like major motion pictures. I think we can include that in the representation because they're helmed by major motion picture networks. They're helmed by also having a lot of consultation, right? Like for accurate representation. So we can include those movies. And I think that, yes, as we were saying, like the representation has grown exponentially within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So much more to go because this industry has been around for 125. Right. And on top of it, we have to also recognize that it is an exclusively protected economy.
Yeah.
Hollywood has never faltered. One thing that happens within recessions and Great Depressions that we've seen to be true, Hollywood has never been taken down because it is a singularly driven, insulated economy. It cycles within itself.
Yeah.
So while we have production houses, like Eva Longoria has her own production house. And I think the difference between Righteous Thieves and something like Flaming Hot is that money is going to funnel within itself.
Right.
Flaming Hot is going to go right back into a Latino production company.
Right.
Steve is not.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So we think about Tyler Perry, for example. Tyler Perry
supposedly he's about to buy BET. We'll see.
Love him.
Right, but this is what I'm saying is like he has the autonomy to create a 19 warehouse studio on open land because he has built a cyclical economy, insular economy that only goes to him, so he can make all the bad movies he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
He could funnel all the money into crafties and not the wigs because it's all going back into himself. He doesn't have to share that economy with anybody else. And I think that if we move more like how Black communities mobilize and how they organize, we will see a lot more of financial liberation, because sometimes for me in Hollywood, a lot of the price that Latinos have to pay for proximity to success is being white and emulating white models.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
100.
Wow.
100.
And I don't think we talk about that enough.
No,
we don't.
That while we're all shooting for power, we're all really racing to mirror the same game. And so, Eva Longoria is also talking about hustling, and Eva is also talking about, we got to work hard. We got to work 6 times as hard, 6 times as smart. And I was like, on models that aren't built to serve us.
Yeah.
So when I think about growth, I think about lateral growth. And I think about all of the women who are beasts in this industry that are doing it. And I'm thinking about a time where we can have a more lateral, unified approach to representation, as opposed to having 3 individuals with their own production companies creating cyclical. And it just has like 6 or 7 houses that you have to break into instead of larger communities that are shared within ourselves. That's a dream.
Preach, mommy, preach.
Yeah, because once that happens, it's still going to be selective, no matter no matter what you try to do.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to be creating the same models within ourselves that are going to be highly competitive. They follow a hierarchical structure that's based off of supremacy in some way, because it's all about power. And so, like, how do we destroy the power models and just continue to be creatives and have a communal approach to funneling money where it's a resource share, much like how we've approached a human crisis in the pandemic, right? Mutual aid is not just specific to food and resources. Mutual aid is a way to think about how we destroy some of the disparities that are well within the realms of capitalism. We're going into like really deep territory here.
Yeah.
But it's also like overwhelming to think about. Like just like, how do you start? Where do you start? Right.
It's
like,
actually it's simpler. It's simpler than we think by just doing it.
By just doing it, right? It's like, if I'm an actor, I know a writer, who I also know a DP, who I also know a producer.
You took the words out of my mouth, because
it's communion, it's love. It's
right.
We start taking money out of the thing and doing things with love, and then money comes.
And money comes.
You got to pull in your own. You know, you got to.
It's such a far-fetched thing too, and it's like, oh, that's a really great thing ideologically, but how do you actually manifest that? How do you mobilize that? Again, we just got to take it out of the thing that deems successful. I don't know if you all remember that one year at the Tribeca Film Festival, this movie Tangerine swept the Tribeca Film Festival. It was a trans story shot. It was the first movie shot on an iPhone.
Oh, I remember the okay.
Yes. Yes, Anise. Yes. Yes. Right. And so think about what it took to make that. They had a budget, they crowdfunded for a little bit, but it was a phone, y'all. We already live in the most abundant resources, right? We literally have everything we need to create. What we're doing is following a model of popularity, of numbers, of watches, of clicks, of reels. And there's so much involved now. Like, all these producers are literally all over Instagram to drive numbers, which ultimately drives money, because our Latina, our Black and brown stories, as you were saying, Claudia, they need us. But who we're giving that energy and narratives to still at the top is probably a 40-year-old white man who benefits off of it. And we have to remove ourselves from that model. Because the people who need to benefit from our stories, que sea nosotros.
Absolutely.
¿Es verdad? That's
wow.
So true.
My hairs are still standing.
So now to divert a little bit. So when do you start your love and passion for Plena and Bomba?
Oh my God. Well, my life fell apart. My life fell apart.
Why?
I was gonna die. I was gonna die from grief. I was gonna die from trauma. 3 months before I was due to graduate college, my home was burglarized by 3 men while my mother and I were home cooking dinner.
Wow.
And we were violently attacked. And I was pregnant at the time. I had a miscarriage. I did not know really like whether or not, I have a history of miscarriages. So I did not know whether or not that was gonna, sustain. It didn't. It was quite violent. And in order to really survive that, I had to reset. As soon as I graduated, I literally took 2 days off of school, and I was like so focused. Sometimes trauma focuses a person so they don't crumble, and sometimes people like take action, and sometimes people actually fall apart. And my mother did not survive that trauma. It took 5 years for alcoholism and mental illness to really take her. And that point in trauma allowed me to reclaim myself by way of Bomba and by way of spiritualism. I needed my connection to culture and roots in order for me to not fall apart. Wow. My mother needed me in order to not fall apart. On another episode, we're going to talk about codependent mother-daughter relationships.
That's a good one.
We shall.
Yeah, that's my life right there. That's
on another episode, we'll talk about toxic codependency within family dynamics, but that's exactly what I was experiencing, where my healing needed to be really accounted on my own, but my mother needed me. And in order for my career to also blossom, I couldn't do both. And so I had to make a lot of sacrifices, and Latina moms don't do well with boundaries. And you know, we tried as best as we could to find a common ground where we could both heal from that trauma. Bomba was my answer. And Bomba, I'm gonna tell you a cute story. I got reacquainted with Bomba because I fell in with a group of very powerful women. And they were like, if you need to curar, despojar, you need to release, learn these moves.
I'm the one with the goosebumps.
Wow.
You know, take the fabric, just listen, let the drums heal you. And these women, this group of women, they held me together and they checked up on me all the time. They invited me to all the bomba circles. I ended up joining an all-female bomba band, Las Bompleneras, 13 years strong. And when I was ready to finally audition in Chicago for the first time after getting my degree, I did not learn the sides.
Wow.
I did not learn the script. I went into that audition at Teatro Luna with my best friend now, Miranda Gonzalez, and I put my drum down and I was like, I'm going to sing a bomba song for you. And I sang Flaco Navaja's version of Campo from Yerba Buena. That was 10 years before we partnered.
Wow.
That was, 10 years. 10 years later, the drum called them into my life, I say.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how I got into theater in Chicago. And so from there, that degree and started to become of use, but I had to unlearn everything I learned in a white institution and start learning what it is to create my own narrative. And that's when I started doing solo shows and things like that. But I was still in this bomba band. So bomba saved my life, literally. A lot of people will say poetry saved their life or salsa saved their life. Bomba
saved your life and opened all your doors for your growth in your life.
Yes. And now my mother in so she opens doors for me on the other side.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely. Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
Salute to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm having a day, y'all. Like this day has been so loaded with like messaging.
I want to do like a Melissa Duprey series. Like, you fascinate me. I think that's what
you are fascinating.
Attracted me to you. There's just your energy, your transparency, because I'm a very transparent person too. Sometimes too transparent that they want to throw me over a cliff. But
small talk is all I say.
Yeah, but your transparency is really what we sat down and we were talking about everything and anything and without even knowing each other, and I think you have an amazing soul and I know you have an amazing heart.
Thank you.
And there's so many more amazing things.
You too. Like we study like DMing and texting. You know what? Sometimes you meet somebody and that falls off real quick. Like that's supposed to be the moment friends. Like that's your I'll see you next time, and you see them next time. You're like, oh, no, we're definitely already on the bochinche threads.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's the best part. That's the best part. But I see so many amazing things in your path and your light, and you are just my heart is full. Thank you so much.
No, my heart, trust me. Thank you.
Coming on the show, and I think you've inspired all of us, and I think you're fucking amazing.
I think y'all are fucking amazing also, and I want to stress that like this is the kind of community building that really excites me. Like this is the kind of spaces I want to be in, because we're not, how do you say it, we're not poniendo una cara to put on another cara to put on another, right? Like this is where we actually sit and connect in ways that are to talk about the visibility of our experiences. I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you, and I see what you're going through, and that everybody here has incredible emotional, intelligent wisdom to bring to the space based off of your own experiences, based off of your own survival and your own desire and passion to reclaim space, right?
Yeah.
To reclaim space and say, this, I'm here, we're here together, we thrive, we survive.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna continue fighting and, try to keep this platform alive, to continue opening the doors in the space for people like you and people like us to continue sharing their stories and have a voice, so the next person can learn from, their experiences, and, or maybe save somebody from, something that in a space that they shouldn't be in.
Right. Right. Let this be a panel. Let this go
Yes.
into whatever network you were saying, whatever
Mhm.
studio room that needs to be in. Let this be the brown table talk. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing like this. There is no Latinas
right.
like this. So, we're fighting hard to, break those barriers and, give us the opportunity to do it. So,
Well, the time is now. The time is now.
yeah.
And
It is.
also doing it like in our own way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
We're kind of just being authentic, doing
Mhm.
it
Right.
really
Right.
because
Organic.
we enjoy it.
We don't have
Yeah.
scripts.
No.
Right.
No.
We get
I,
together.
I
and
love
talk.
that, Gloria. Organically
Yeah.
is such a beautiful way of
Mhm.
recognizing this work in the process.
Yeah.
Organically, like everything is organic. When you birth something, that's organic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let the process be organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full creative control. That's I think
Awesome.
that's the
I
best
love
way.
this.
Yeah, I think that's the best way it'll flourish, and I think it's the best way that we can show our authentic selves. Right? Because we
Awesome.
each
Well, if you
have
need
our
anything
own,
from me, I'm here a la orden.
No te jodiste
Ay,
now, because I'm gonna be like, Melissa, Melissa.
And I answered,
Mega
right?
love
Yeah,
for you.
do. I have
I
to say
answered.
you do, regardless how busy you are, you do. So
Well,
I love you for that.
your knowledge electrified every fiber in my soul. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ooh, salud, salud. I'm
Salud.
glad we
I
got to share
finished mine, right?
space.
Have more.
Thank you.
I be talking to myself and I'm like, I'm crazy.
No, I talk to myself every day.
Mega
like, sometimes you be like,
admiration
is
for
that-
you.
Yeah.
Mega respect and mega love. You're amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time and being with us today.
No, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
It's
you.
been a
And I look
blessing.
forward to it anytime.
But Chula, don't go anywhere.
I'm right
We're
here.
gonna ask you to do a promo for us, but we will be right back with Brillando con Gloria. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Brillando con Gloria. Today, I am going to be talking about earrings for the summer. That's right, especially statement piece earrings. Why? Because in the summer, not only should we be showing off our outfit, but we have to show off our accessories that complement our outfit. So in the summer, you should always have colors. Wood is always a great piece for the summer. That's why I'm wearing these really cute. They're not too big, but still they make a statement, because I'm sure you notice them on my ears. And not only do you want to do wood and bright colors, but you also want to do hoops. And right now for the season, this is so in. It's so beautiful. They're so light. It's like wearing feathers in your ears. So the crochet is the in thing for this summer, ladies. Make sure you go out and get some crochet. These are from Fashion Nova, but you will find them everywhere. You will find them in Express, believe it or not, has some really beautiful ones that I just saw yesterday, in white, also crocheted. However, going back to the wood, maybe a little bigger, you can't forget to have something beautiful like this. These are such in colors for the summer, orange and green and wood. I love these. I can't wait to wear these. These are so beautiful. And these are from Paper Park. Then let's not forget, as always, you know me, you need your golds, right? These leaf ones are to die for. And again, very light. You want to do light. You don't want to do heavy. It's summertime. It's hot. You want to be comfy, but still be making those statements. Make people turn their heads when you walk by. And these I love. I just got these, ladies. And these are so freaking cute and huge. Make a ponytail, wrap the hair up, have a bun, throw these on. They're amazing. And you won't believe where I got these. Walmart. So I've got earrings from everywhere, as you all know, because I'm an accessory freak. These are from Pink Linen, and these are for the night. When you're going to that wedding, that sweet 16, that night out, that elegant party, and you have that amazing outfit on, you want something like this. Glass is so in, ladies. Glass is amazing. Also light. They are not heavy. These are perfect. So perfect. But you know me, Gloria Miss Bling. So you always got to have bling and you always got to have some hoops. So I'm going to stick with my Swarovski crystal hoops. Never go wrong with them. Take them wherever you go. Perfect for the night, perfect for the day, perfect for the morning. It doesn't matter. Wear them whenever you want. I hope you enjoyed my little segment on earrings for the summer. Ciao. So ladies, how did you like my segment on summer earrings?
Nena, I had to put on my glasses. You have beautiful earrings.
Which ones were your favorites?
Nena, I can't even choose. The wood ones with the coral, the three.
Those are my favorite.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Love.
You can
I
wear
can't
them
wait
with
to wear
jeans,
these.
the dress, like, ooh,
I can't wait to wear
love
these.
that.
The glass ones.
The crochet ones?
I love those.
I love
I
those.
love those.
Dude, I'm telling you, I saw a pair yesterday in Express and I gotta go get them in white.
Nena,
'cause
no,
they're
yo tengo
gorgeous.
que ir para allá. Mañana me voy
But-
para allá.
But these were from
Beautiful.
Fashion Nova.
Beautiful.
I love those.
Wow.
And I like the
I
gold
love-
ones from Walmart. I would wear that. You know, I'm not a
Aren't
big
these
earring person.
Walmart.
Those
I
are cute.
They
I
are
would
so
rock that.
fucking awesome and so light. That's what I love.
I love
They're
that.
so light. I can't wait to wear
Love.
any of these earrings. Like this is really
No.
my summer collection that I've been
Muchacha.
building. I
What's
cannot
the
wait to wear them.
range? What's the range and prices of those earrings?
Oh my God. So they're all different prices, but nothing is going to hurt your pocket. The most expensive ones, I think, were $15.99, which
Oh,
were these
wow.
beautiful glass ones at
Those are
TJ
gorgeous.
Maxx.
I bought a pair of
What?
TJ Maxx the other
TJ
day.
Maxx,
We'll wear them
baby.
next
TJ
Thursday.
Maxx. Look at how beautiful.
Those are beautiful.
Wow.
And
Gorgeous.
the designer is Pink Linen.
Pink linen.
They do
Okay.
beautiful work.
I
Beautiful.
know.
You said there was a designer there called Paper something.
Yes. So this one is called.
I've never heard of that.
I'm gonna put on my eyes for this one, guys, because it's on the box, the name, which is the
Uh-huh.
wooden ones. I'm sorry. Parker Rose. It's not
Parker
paper, those
Rose.
paper rose.
Okay.
It's Parker Rose.
Oh, so it's the wood ones.
Yes,
I
it's
love
the wood
that.
ones. They're
where
amazing.
did you get those?
I even got my sister a pair of these so we can have the same. We do that sometimes. So these yellow ones, she actually got them from me and she also has them and they're also wooden and yellow. I believe she got these at Target.
And how
And where
about
did
the
you get
ones?
those?
And these were from Burlington.
Oh,
wow.
Burlington.
So you know me, I go everywhere, ladies, wherever I can find my
Wow.
jewelry, I find my jewelry.
you gotta look though.
Yeah,
No,
you do.
gotta
So,
look.
you know, guys, I'm a freak for accessories. So everywhere I go, I always find myself in the accessory section and I will always find something.
Well,
Because believe
mija,
it or not, you guys want to die? The ones from Walmart, are you ready?
espérate,
$4?
$4. Tú sabes que segurito te van a poner feo, pero it's okay. You
Doesn't
wear them
matter.
and you cute. You wear them and you cute.
You put clear nail polish on it.
¿Qué
No la
tomara?
cogen,
¿Qué
no la
tomara?
cogen, no la cogen, no la
Mira, yo
cogen.
me lo
Take it
pongo
like
de
back in the
Macy's,
day.
yo me lo pongo de JCPenney, yo me lo pongo de Express, yo me lo pongo de
yeah.
Don't
H&M.
put perfume with that shit on. No
Yeah.
perfume, no lotion.
No, you gotta put clear
No,
nail
you put all
polish
of that
on it for
first,
the
and
little
then you put your earrings
poquito.
last as you're walking out the door.
Yeah,
Put your earrings last when you're walking out the door.
exactly. No, that's okay.
Aprendan que
That's
no le voy a
okay.
durar toda la vida.
Ay, Dios
Oh,
mío, no, pues, no. Mañana me voy a conseguir los crochet ones.
Dale para allá.
And those
You're
are
gonna love them
beautiful.
because I just saw them yesterday.
Wow.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn. I gotta get some earrings for the summer.
yeah.
Yes, you guys
no.
got to get earrings for the summer because, you know, we wear the hair more up, so you show more your ear. And yes, sometimes you just
Very
want a little
true.
stud for every day, pero también you want to look cute. It's summertime. Let's show it off. You
Yes,
know?
yes. I love that. I think
And as long as they're light, you could wear them all day, every day.
You're right.
I loved it.
Because
And
that's what
also,
bothers, right? When earrings are heavy. I hate
Yeah.
heavy
I've
earrings.
been there.
too.
I've been there, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, your ear hurts. You
Yeah.
gotta take them off before you even get out of the place or get home. No. I like
Yeah.
light. These are all extremely light. Extremely. Mira, te
Yeah.
digo que esto no pesa nada. It's like a wire. It's like a freaking wire.
Qué
It's
rico.
amazing.
No, when
And
you
these,
put those
not
out,
even,
I had
remember,
to
I wore
wear my
these, I
ears
think,
out.
last episode. These are also like nothing, like a feather, like paper, like they weigh nothing. I love these. I don't even remember where I got these, but I love these.
Awesome.
Beautiful. No, they're
Awesome.
awesome. And what I like about it is it's a variety. You can dress them
Yes.
up, all of them. You can dress them up and you can dress them down.
Right.
I think
Exactly.
they're gorgeous.
And a
I
little
have
bit
to
of everything,
say-
right? I got you guys some color. I got you guys some wood. I got you
Right,
guys some
right,
rings,
right.
some
Yes.
glass, some
Yeah.
golds. You
A
know,
variety. I love it.
You and Claudia, I have to say, are the most amazing when it comes to accessorizing with color.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Love it.
yo me quedo aquí, mira, con las boring.
Hello, mira mi bola. I got 2 bolas. That's it.
Oh, just it, right, Francis?
That's it. Gold
where
and
you
silver. That's
pretty much
it.
the same. But Claudia,
you gotta
there's
change
so
it up sometimes.
much statement going on in their
You have
jewelry.
to.
And in
I love
Claudia's defense, she doesn't wear as much as she used to because Claudia too has a stash.
I do.
No, I know, because she be bringing that shit
Yeah,
out
she brings
sometimes.
it
She
out.
has a
She brings it
stash.
out.
but I used to have like,
No, she always.
wow.
I don't know how much jewelry Claudia owns from my mother when mother used to sell jewelry.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh.
know.
Every week she used to buy opal and onyx and sterling, and she has a stash.
And I would have to get the ring and the earring.
earrings.
Right.
It had to match.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to
Okay.
get the set.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Oh, we
It was
did.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
definitely brillando. Definitely.
Love it.
Awesome. But guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our final remarks. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies. So, what did you think about our segment today with Melissa and Brillando con Gloria? What did you think about it?
Powerful.
Deep.
Powerful.
It was just like a wow. It's the word.
Yeah.
At one
It
point,
was
we were
like,
all
so
like,
good.
we were all
She
like,
left
yeah.
us speechless. She
Yeah.
left us
Oh,
speechless.
yeah. Yeah.
So amazing.
You know,
Yeah.
I think she left us speechless and Gloria's earrings left me speechless. I don't know about y'all, but I was like,
Yeah.
I saw you with your glasses, like,
yeah. I was like, from where?
Pero, ¿por qué why?
I love all of that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't wear as much as I used to, but like, I'm already itching. I'm like, I gotta go get a pair of earrings.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
I-
don't be shy. Just every time you go somewhere and they have access, just take a peek. You might find something you
Yeah.
like. It doesn't
You
have
know
to
what's
be
funny?
expensive.
I just don't wear it.
Right.
Why?
You know
Which is
what?
I don't know.
Every time I go to a store, whether it's TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Express, whatever, wherever they have jewelry, I kind of like avoid that whole section. You know,
I end
because
up buying
Gloria,
more or less the same thing.
I don't even go there. Like Gloria, you already know. Like when I started selling the
Yeah.
jewelry with you, Touchstone
Right.
Crystals, I was like, ay, nena, no, yo no puedo because I don't fucking wear shit.
And then you
Right.
enjoyed it.
I did. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. But
Because it's fun.
yeah, it was fun. I can't wait. Mañana me voy para Express a encontrar
Good.
estas
We'll have the
crochets.
same ones then,
Sí,
because I'm gonna
sí,
get those white
no.
ones.
I'm gonna tell you to freaking get them shits for me, and I'll freaking Zell you or whatever the
Okay.
hell.
I'll pick them up
Okay.
then for us.
Está bien.
I'll
Está
pick them
bien.
up for both of us.
So
They're
funny.
beautiful, the white ones.
Yeah. Oh my
No, the
god.
coral ones are gorgeous. I
Oh,
love the color.
Those are like my playa ones. And I have a bathing suit that is like coral color.
Ay no. Ella tiene playa earrings. I gotta
Claro,
do something with myself.
Hello. Hay que tirarse
You late.
picture.
Get it together.
Hay que tirarse picture en la playa.
No,
I
no,
can't.
Gloria, I have to get it together, Gloria, for sure, for sure.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Because perfect fit. Hay que tirarse pictures en la playa.
That's right.
No, you're absolutely
Después
right.
se mojan y después se mojan.
She is not going.
No, tú no te lo vas a mojar, nena. No lo mojes. No lo mojes. Eso es para verte cute. Así.
I can't. I can't. But yeah, that's true. That's true because a lot of people do have a full by the pool outfit and a full, going to the beach outfit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Even for the nighttime in the
I
summer.
we gotta step it up for the summer. We gotta step it up.
I
With a little
guess so.
trajecito,
I guess so.
un little
I guess
romper,
so.
uno nice earrings, you go to go.
And we call it a day.
And let's
It
not forget
sounds
the
good.
drinky drink.
Yeah. After this episode with everything that Melissa put onto us, we all need a drinky drink.
Hello. No, what I loved about it, I know we gotta wrap it up, but she was drinking out of that fucking bottle like nobody's business.
Yeah,
like,
That's right.
That's what I love about her. She's so genuine.
Real.
For
Bien
real. She was like,
real.
esto es lo que hay, cómetelo, no te lo coma. Like, this is who I am, and that is it. And I love that about her. I love that about her. I can't actually, I'm already excited to have her back on.
Yeah.
I'm already excited to have her back on. But guys, thank you so much for watching our show. Join us next week when we are opening up the conversation to the changes we as women experience with our bodies after 40. 40 is 40.
Dios mío, Dios mío.
Pero porque
La
why?
lista está larga, okay? I can't talk about 10 different things right now. It's so sad. Check us out on Wednesday on YouTube, for real, please.
For real. Tune in and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Wine and Wisdom 5.
Oye, you better be paying attention. Our next live show is coming up July 22nd. We're going to be in Philly. If you're in the area, you better be there. Tickets have been on sale on our website, so you better get on and get your tickets now. And don't forget to take a minute to sip some wine and share a little wisdom. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.